IDI campers. Well, we've had a week off. Excuse me. And I've been to Cheltenham week and I've been to Torremolinos with a load of people in village. I had a really good time. I was going to take my biking gear as usual. Past couple of years, I don't know what's gone on. I packed it all, put it in my suitcase. Had a look for some bikes, where I could get one. Planned where I might get one. And then just before we were going, a couple of hours before we were going, because we were already packed, I took all my biking stuff out and I just said, we're only going for a week. We're going 20 odd as was going. It's a bit mean. If there were some riders there, I might have gone, but there were no riders there. So we were going out, drinking, eating, being merry, karaoke. So I decided to have a week off bike. And I thought, well, everybody's ears are not bleeding for a week, as my friend Daz always says. So I've got a couple of things to share. So it's a bit of a selfie apartment. And I bought this on my holidays. I bought one of these for ages. I do wear reading glasses, so I will just slip them on now. And what caught my eye was a couple of interesting points. One about winter riding. It was gear. One, have a goal. Yeah, I don't really have a goal. Number two, have the right kit. Now that's what I could relate to. Have the right kit. That's what I've always had. I've rode with lots of people over the years. They don't like winter riding. They won't spend any money on good gear. They say that, well, I'm not spending all that, it's too expensive. And then when it leaks, they get wet, they get cold, they don't like it, puts them off forever. They'll spend loads of money on carbon bars, fancy bits and bobs and bling for the bike that, it's a bit stupid really, and then they won't buy a good kit. But everybody says that I'm wired differently. That's why my thoughts are always different. So that was that one, which was winter riding. There was all sorts of bits of stuff in here which were interesting. So have a goal. Have the right kit. I could relate to that one, have the right kit. Number three, find an event. So if you sort of train, what it means is train for an event, I suppose. Number four, buddy up. Now that one I thought were quite good. Buddy up. So if you're wanting to ride and you can't be bothered, and if you ring your mate and your mate says, yeah, let's go out. And I think that if you're going to say you're going to ride at 6 o'clock and then all of a sudden you decide, I can't bother. If you know you've got your mate and you're going to let him down, there's more chance that you're going to ride. So that's probably a good idea. Buddy up. Try something new. I think try something new meant like do a bit of road, not necessarily all off-road that you need to be doing. So I thought that was quite a good idea. So that made for a good read. And then also further on, this one here, look. Get fit on an e-bike. I'm looking down at my phone because my screen goes off on my camera, so I'm just looking at my preview. Get fit on an e-bike. I thought that'd be interesting. I suppose like a lot of people with e-bikes, they get I've got a lot of friends who's getting up to, they're in the 50s now, and they're getting to the late 50s and they've got aches and pains and they're reluctant to get an e-bike. They say it's cheating. They say they're not going to get one. They said that they've become unfit. But there's like a pro had to go in here. There's some pluses. And he were reckoning that your heartbeat, you do get a workout. And I think that I was just telling some people that when we've just been off, which they didn't realise, they think an e-bike, they think you hardly pedal, they think that it just steers it and rides itself. And when I told them that it cuts out, I said when you're going uphill, if you're going to be riding 16 mile an hour uphill, that's pretty quick, innit, before it cuts out. But the flat and the down, I says you're not really using your battery. But then you've got 23-point-something kilos in my case of an aluminium e-bike, which is a lot heavier than a normal bike. You've to lug around, haven't you? So it has its ups and downs, but e-bike personally, I think it's great. I love it. E-bike, I think it's fantastic. I do strip it down for a few months, so I can't use it and get me hardtail out. My stainless steel Kona Onzo, when weather picks up in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get that out because it's an absolutely superb build. It's got Chris King hubs, stuff on it. It's a 213 or 214. Corner Onzo, when it came out, it was steel and it was slack. And I've had it enamelled a few times, different colours, and it's bronze at the minute. And that bronze, as in my book that I got when I were off. I haven't really read it because we were too busy drinking, karaoke and eating. So, but I think I'm on page 42. I've read a couple since I've come back, which is quite interesting. But yeah, we're good. We're interesting theory on e-bikes. When people just think that you don't get a workout, you're cheating. And their points in here were: start slowly, plan your route, select a lower assistance level, which I've never done, scheduling recovery. I love that, scheduling recovery. The one beautiful thing about an e-bike for me has been that when I've probably mentioned it when I'm riding, that I'd go on a ride, set off early, go for a ride, do a few hours, come back. My missus might want to go out for some lunch, go out into the village in the afternoon, and I'd be goosed. I'd be wanting a snooze and I'd be limping along where I've been aching a little bit. Whereas the e-bike, I still get a workout, but I'm not aching, which obviously, you know, I've got old bones and I don't want them to be aching. And I'm feeling, when I'm riding, I've been riding since last September now, quite a lot of rides since last September. Week in, week out. I've just had a week off. I've gone away. I feel good. We've been walking around. A lot of people younger than me, some people older than me, some people younger than me when we've been off, and they're hobbling, they're moaning about, oh, their hips are aching. And I'm thinking, well, I'm buzzing, me, being out on bike. Tell you what, a little tip I've got for my GoPro. So when I'm downloading, they do get pretty hot. And my missus bought this fan from the airport, and you know what, last couple of months when I'm plugging it in and it gets pretty warm, I just give it a bit of a cool. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but well, it seems to work for me, because earlier on it said it wasn't going to charge because it was too hot, so I got the old fan on it. You can see how good that is, but it's like a rechargeable fan she got, and it's absolutely worked a treat. Anyway, Waffler will be back out next week, so there's a few people subbed, and I can't tell a few people who they were, but I've seen them since and they said they subbed, so thanks a lot. And I must admit, it was funny. It was funny with Gav. I laughed myself, actually, so that were good. And let's get some good rides in. Hopefully we're going to get some better weather. It's been a bit rubbish, hasn't it? Today it chucked it down. I've had a text today from TH. Says Wednesday's going to be nice if I fancy giving him a text. So I said, yeah, I'll send him a script, and there's no swearing this time as well, because he's been in one of my earlier videos and he was swearing, so I had to turn that into a musical, because I said, whoa, can't be swearing on videos. No, but let's just see how it goes. Anyway, one thing that I did want to show you quickly is somebody asked me, look, it's boiling now, this bleeding thing, man, it doesn't half get wet. Somebody asked me how I do my rides. Let me just get in here. So basically, I've got one here that I'm going to show you, that I'm going to do this in the next couple of weeks. When we used to do night rides, we used to drive here, and when people had normal bikes, they loaded them all onto the roof of the car, but now they've had occupancy. So this is this is how I used to do them. So I've got parking start here. So basically what you do is you get your little man, you drag him over anywhere that's blue, you drop him in, and what he does, he has a look, so you can have a bit of a laugh. So you can have a look to see where we're going now. I'm going to be parking over there. So that's that one. Now this is what I'm saying is what I used to always do. So before I finish this video, I'm just going to show people this. So that's where I'm going to park, and I'm going to ride down this main road, the road down here, and then where we've got enter number 2. So what I used to look for is all these likes of woods here. I mean, look how long that, it goes right down to there. Now, it might not look right. So what you do is you get your little man, you get to your woods, you drop your little man in, like so. You can see where that is, Huddersfield, Thurgland, that's where I'm going to be starting. I'm going to be going to Whateley. Anyway, you spin him round, and you spin it, and what you're looking for, you think, well, let's have a look to see if there's an entrance into this woods. So what you do is you have a bit of a look, and then if you look across, there we are. There's the path. There's his way into woods. Bingo. And then what we do is we come out a bit, and then you can have a look for all exits. Now, obviously this is a ride, I know, so I mean, look at that, it's quite long. That should be quite good on video. And then what you do is you think, there's your woods, let's drop my little man in and let's see where if we can come out anywhere. So what I'll do is I'll drop him a little bit off where he's going to be. So we're on main road here, you spin it around, you're having a look, and then sure enough, there you go, that's your exit. So that's that way how I used to do right now. Lots of these rides I used to have to recce, and obviously they didn't really go anywhere. I spent hours and hours recceing and they didn't go anywhere. So this ride's a famous one of mine. So we're going to come out there, we'll go to Whateley, and we're going to go Super Path, which is Bridleway, which is all through where the sand is. I'm going to come out here, I'm going to get round here, Tankers Lay. I'll see what time it is, but yeah, that's just how I did my ride. So I hope I've given a bit of an insight there, and I'm going to be catching you back next week. Weather doesn't look right cracky, but I'm sure I'll be back out, and I think that I'm going to see if I can get that one in. That'll be a good one. Also, I've had a message from Dave, see about meeting up to do a ride. So I like his channel, I like his rides. He's a bit away over at Tops, but he sort of borders me, which I can go. So I'm sure enough, I'm going to have to get some miles in, because old Davey boy, he cranks a few miles up. So I need to get my finger out and get some bigger rides in. So waffling out, and I'll be back next week. So anybody that's subbed, thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed videos, and hopefully better weather be coming soon. We can get some faster downs in. So thanks for watching. Catch you later.